So when I was a teenager, I lived in a small town outside of Waco, Texas. Downtown Waco, Texas, when I was young, is not what it is now. This is pre-Magnolia, pre all of that kind of stuff. So downtown Waco was kind of just, there was Baylor that was mixed into the city, and there was some restaurants down by Baylor, and then there was a bunch of busted up old buildings. That was kind of the whole downtown situation. So a friend of mine found a ladder that was on top of a parking garage. And from the top of that parking garage, you climbed up the ladder, and it would take you up onto these rooftops, and all these buildings were connected. And you could go for buildings and buildings and buildings, like multiple blocks, it seemed like. You were able to just go rooftop to rooftop. So this became an obsession of ours for a while, where we were trying to see how far we could go, because each night we would get to a place and we'd hit a new obstacle. There was one spot where the wall dropped about 12 feet. So we went, and the next night we brought a rope so we could scale the wall up and down. Then there was a spot where there was like a gap, and we had to build up the courage to jump over the gap down a multiple story drop. And, probably not smart, but whatever. You're teenagers. You do what you do. So finally we got all the way probably to as far down as you would think you could go. And there was this small pipe that was maybe like 4 inches around, and that was what was connecting to the next building. And I said, no, this is where I draw the line. I'm not going to go across 50 yards across a 4-inch pipe to get to this next building. We're done here. But my pal Dalen, he said, no, I'll do it, whatever. So he disappeared across that pipe, and thank goodness he didn't fall. And he came back a little while later carrying a satellite dish. And I said, what in the world? Where did you get that thing? He said, it was just loose over there. So we got back, and we started going back across the buildings. And as we get to the last part where we're going to go down to the ladder, we see in the alleyway below us, some people are unloading some stuff out of a car. And in slow motion, you just see them go, look! And they said, oh my God, we got to get out of here. So they're pulling out their phones and calling the police. And we're like, oh my God. So we took off. We went downtown, and we tried to avoid any police. We saw some police roaming around looking for us. And so we had tar all over us. So we're down in downtown behind the Hilton Hotel, washing ourselves off in the fountain behind the Hilton. You look over, there's a homeless man who's also washing himself off in the fountain. We went back later, and that ladder had been sawed off. So I guess they said, no more kids up here.